welcome to the Untouched Quest. I'm Elizabeth.
And I'm Siri. And if you want to follow the story, you can read Elfquest for free at elfquest.com. And remember to follow us on your favorite podcast platform.
So in this episode, we're going to talk about Dreamtime Part 1 through 4. We get to experience what the Wolfriders dreamt about during their long sleep. The elves figure out they can remember their dreams. And first one out is Redlances. Treestump doesn't believe in dreams. We get a dream about flooding, and someone dreams about the past.
I find this really interesting because lately I've been really interested in dreams.
Yeah.
Like to see what they mean and everything. And it's so fun that we're gonna talk about the elf's dream right now.
Yeah, it is.
Like, what does it mean?
And some of them has quite some wacky dreams.
Yeah. And I feel a lot of these dreams fit their personalities, you know?
Yeah.
Like, look at Pike. The dream is Pike. If we didn't know who dreamt the different dreams, we would know which dreams belong to Pike, you know?
Yeah, easily.
No problem.
So this first issue starts out with Moonshade cutting up Lida's pretty dress.
And this is the human dress, right?
Yeah.
Like the one she got from the human?
Yeah, the really long, beautiful dress. But
it's still beautiful.
Yeah, and as I said, that the long dress was also quite unpractical for her to wear in the forest and running around hiding. It would get caught in the branches.
It's a long, heavy dress. So
it is.
You can't be a Wolfrider with Renaissance dress.
No. And Moonshade is just admiring this fabric or the skin that the dress is made out of because it's so fine and soft and like a dream.
Yeah, but the Wolfriders don't have the technology that humans have to create fabric, so this is a exotic fabric for them.
And Cutter also didn't like her dress.
Cutter liked what she was wearing before.
Yeah, he hates the dress.
He likes that they redesign it though.
He does.
Because it gets shorter and more revealing and stuff. I don't know if it's because of that, but sounds like that.
It might be because it's more elfy and less human-y.
True. Makes sense.
Yeah.
And I love how Pike tries to convince everyone like, oh, you have to eat dreamberries to remember your dream.
Or drink dreamberry wine because when you do that, you remember the dreams better.
Yeah. Because dreamberries, they are called dream berries. So you remember your dream, right?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Absolutely.
But later too, we learn Redlances is the only one who actually get drunk to remember his dreams.
Yeah.
The other one just talks about them.
Yeah. Redlances got wasted. And Redlances' dream is about him being a kind of a spirit. Kind of being the old father tree.
I looked at him as he was the tree. Like, not just a spirit, he was the tree.
Yeah. And it's also very beautiful how he talks about the fact that all of the souls of the dead Wolfriders would dance around him and like stay with the father tree.
Yeah, but we've talked about that before. Like, other elves goes to the palace, but the Wolfriders can go wherever they want. And of course they stay with the family, which is the father tree and the Wolfriders. Yeah,
but they stay with like the old father tree. It's not said that they like follow the tribe, more like they're staying surrounded by that tree. But that tree has been their home for generations.
But I guess they could follow the Wolfriders if they wanted, since they can go wherever they want.
Yeah.
Or is it like when they die, they have to choose your destination, and you're stuck with that forever? It's like, do you choose to go to the palace? No, I want to go to the father tree. Oh, too bad for you because you burned down. Can't stay there anymore. Is that something we get the answer for later?
I don't think we got a very clear answer on that one.
Okay.
We see more about spirits and stuff, but I don't recall we getting like a very specific answer regarding that.
Yeah, okay, I will believe they have to choose the final destination forever. I like that thought.
But yeah, I think it's quite beautiful that they seem to choose to be with their families and with whom they're close to instead of like a palace that they've never known and that hasn't really meant anything to them ever.
Yeah. So true.
Yeah. But we see the environment change around the tree. There's winter and then there's spring and then the Gotara humans show up.
The fire!
The fire is there.
And here Redlands actually talk about what we discussed, like how stupid the humans are with like, oh, they don't understand that if they burn the whole wood down, like they ruin their own habitat, not only the elves' habitat. They fuck up for everyone.
Yeah, because the humans can't live in a burned down forest either.
No,
they're going to have to flee. They're not fireproof.
Actually, Pike gets a little emotional with the dream.
He does.
And that's not something we see every day.
No, because Redlands goes on to talk about how it feels when the tree burns and that there's only the stump left. But that's fine because Redlands can feel that the tree isn't dead because it has roots far, far underground. Even though the tree itself burned down, the father tree isn't dead.
Yeah, and actually a lot of plants get a lot of nutrition from ashes.
Yeah.
So maybe even the tree gets stronger being burned down and regrowing from the ashes.
Yeah. So the next thing he talks about is how the tree does regrow and the new hold is found.
When they were like, oh, the tree has grown back, I was like, oh, they can go back and live their old life and everything is like...
Yeah.
Like nothing happened, you know?
Yeah, like
everything
you just go back home to your old house.
Mm-hmm. Perfect life then. Perfect ending for everything. But of course it's not the ending because we've only like talked about a little piece of Elfquest so far. So
yeah.
And the human comes. So
and what else do humans do?
Cut it down because
they cut it down.
A huge, beautiful tree that is healthy, which has a lot of resources. I don't know if they actually gonna use the tree for materials because we see they even dig up the root.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they are gonna use the lot.
Yeah, like they're clearing the lot.
Yeah, because I feel normal wood farming, they just chop down the tree. They don't care too much about the roots, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true, but that's just the image I have in my mind.
That's the image I have in my mind as well.
Yeah.
But also when they are chopping the tree down, you can see like the anguish and pain in Redlances' spirit.
Oh yeah, but when you see that they chopping down the tree, you see they cut like on his stomach.
Yeah.
So it's like his overbody is in the tree and then his underbody is like in the roots. And then when they chop it down, they like chop him in two and he can feel that pain.
Yeah.
Which is weird. He didn't like scream when he was burned.
No. Or not like in the same way, at least.
Like it was sad hearing about it, but like this pain that we see, that's something different.
That's on a different level of pain. And also the anguish of like they take the stump out and the tree dies and all of the Wolfrider spirits... he almost says that they die forever when the
like
stump
they're
gets
gone
pulled
forever.
Up.
We can never reconnect with them.
Yeah, and Redlances is just screaming as he's telling the story. And
He's like in a trance because Pike has like to shake him and be like, "It's me, wake up," you know?
Yeah, like have to shake him out of it. But do you think, like looking at the advancement of these humans, that this is the current humans or?
I don't know if this is like a true dream or like his worst nightmare or what it is, but it could happen. Like their houses is pretty advanced. Like they have kind of looking Renaissance clothing by this point.
Yeah.
So
Because as far as I can remember, I think that this is made to show the cruelty of today's human.
yeah, we kind of just like do whatever we want without thinking about all the other creatures.
Yeah.
We just like, I want to build a house here, so I'm just gonna tear all the trees down and remove all the animal habitats and everything.
Yeah. I think this is more of a visual representation of what the humans are capable of in this time and age, more than them actually ripping out the tree.
But we don't know if Redlands or the elves, any of the elves, are like dreaming the future. You know, if they're like psychics, getting
because we haven't seen the original Holt in
since the fire, or no, after the fire. When
like in
Cutter
a
came
long
back.
time.
Yeah.
And the father tree didn't stand as the father tree at that time.
No, because that was basically right after the fire, like a couple of years. So
Yeah.
the tree hadn't regrown. Nothing had really regrown.
Like now it's been 10,000 years, but remember
Yeah.
the tree was originally formed by a tree shaper. So could it naturally regrow to the way it was?
True,
Or
like
would
could it regrow with all the cocoon
because
house things?
that is how the tree was formed by
Yeah.
a tree former.
That's true.
Could it regrow that way itself, or would it regrow
Mm.
into more of a natural state of...
Depends on how this magic works.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think the tree is magical. So I don't think the tree could remember, this is how I looked, this is how I'm gonna regrow. So
Yeah.
no, I don't think so.
I have never seen a tree regrow when it's been chopped down either, though.
Not the tree itself. It would be like a new tree growing
Like a new
from the
sapling from the tree.
growing from the root, but it's like still a new tree getting the nutrition from the old one.
Yeah.
I think.
So I think that a lot of this is more of Redlances' fear of the humans' advancements,
Yeah.
and his spirit kind of feeling where the humans have come to over the past 10,000 years, and kind of a warning of what is to meet them.
And how it
instead
will
of
affect them.
Yeah, instead of an actual representation of what has happened or will happen, more of
Yeah.
a be careful, the humans will chop you down and pull you up by the root.
Mm-hmm.
But as Redland screams, like the whole Holt comes running towards him and like, what is going on? You screamed, are you okay?
And Pike has this idea like, oh, I think everyone's dreams are connected. I need to hear everyone's dream. Let's talk about dreams.
Yeah.
Which in the beginning is a little bit like, you just want something to do. You just want to talk to everyone and have fun. But it kind of makes sense too.
It does.
Like, it feels like they're trying to take all the meanings out of them, see if they dream something similar or if they're connected in a way, and yeah.
Yeah, what does our dreams really mean? Can we draw a red line between them and find I find a connection between all of the dreams? Or are they just random dreams that the elves had during the 10,000 years?
Mm-hmm.
Like we've seen before that the elves do dream, like we saw with Lita in the Sun Village.
Oh yeah.
When she dreamt about Cutter and the wolf and everything, which is actually what led her to go seek him out and heard his story and the story of his parents and how he came to become the chief. And I think that was a pretty important moment for her to see Cutter in a different way than she had before.
Yeah. Kind of like the dream is the reason they are together in a way.
Yeah, because she dared go out there and seek him out and hear his story and hear how he had to grow up really, really fast.
Yeah.
How he fought and lost his parents and have been through so many gruesome things, which these sun people have never known anything about.
No.
Because they've never had to deal with any such pain or suffering as...
No, their pain is like, oh, there's like a drought, so we don't have enough water for our crops.
Or enough food, or there's a stampede coming, but...
Everyone is safe. Everyone is almost always safe.
Yeah, there hasn't been anyone coming after them with the intent to kill and murder their whole tribe.
No.
Had to fight for their lives and being scared. So, like, I think that dream was a part of her seeing Cutter in a different way. And this is, like, a different kind of dream.
It is.
Like, Lita's dream was scary.
But not everyone believes in these dream things.
No, they don't.
So when they call for a council to listen to everyone's dream, he's not having it.
No, Treestump does not want to talk about his dream. And at the beginning they think it's because, oh, he don't remember it, but Pike is like, I can help you remember. You can drink some dreamberry wine and, like, we'll help you.
Yeah. I think it's more just he's like, it's just fantasy, you know, doesn't matter. But he got something out of his dreams, though.
Yeah, because Lita and the cubs go after him and try to, like, talk him into telling everybody about his dreams. And Ember tells him, hey, you remember something.
Yeah, and
because
of course when kids are like, please tell us.
Yes, and they're so cute, and like he missed them for so long.
So he tells them.
He does. And in his dreams he is wearing the Wolfrider armor that Two-Edge made. But he has this big broadsword and his axe, and he has the armor on, and like none of the others in the hold is wearing an armor. It's only him.
Yeah, but I didn't really get what his whole dream was about, really.
So,
like, in the meaning of it, like he was fighting some demon kind of things, maybe inside himself. I don't know.
So it starts off with him having like the most important persons in his whole entire life around him.
Yeah.
He has Dusha, his daughter, and her life mate, his new life mate, Cutter, who's his chief, and his nephew, his ex life mate, and his sister, and her life mate, his old chief, all around him. And he's like, I have this power, I'm so good at fighting, and nobody can get me down. I have to protect them. I have to do everything I can to protect those I love and care about more than anything else. And he fights, he hunts and feeds the tribe. He protects them against the trolls, and he loves it. He loves feeling the power and strength to protect and take care of everyone that he cares about. He kills a monster that kind of looks like Mad Coil.
Yeah.
But in all of this, he kind of turns into a beast.
Because he started killing elves.
Or not like killing, but like you can see him with like big 2 teeth.
Yeah.
Fangs. And he's howling and everyone is so happy around him. Like he's beat all of their enemies. No one can take him down. But then the trees come closer and he loses control and he hurts and kills those he cares about without really meaning to. And by accident, without having any control, he have suddenly killed every single person that he cares about.
Yeah. Well, oh wow! But at the end here,
Yeah,
I didn't realize that before now. But this connects his dream with Zhantee's dream.
yeah, because he cries. And
Yeah, like.
And he says that as his tears touch the blades and the axe, it kind of melts away and becomes nothing, and all of the tears becomes a big wave.
Yeah, which like when I first read it, it was more like he was crying his eyes out.
Yeah.
But the wave represents the wave in Zhantee's dream.
Yeah, I think it represents more of an actual huge wave than like a wave of sorrow or grief. It's like an actual like flood wave.
Yeah.
And after that, it's like that's all I remember.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like he's like a lot of the meaning behind his dream is like he feels that he has failed to protect everyone he cares about before. He should be able to protect them and do more for them than he's been able to.
Mm-hmm.
And that he feels really guilty for his
maybe
for his shortcomings.
Yeah. Could be.
So in a dream he's like big and strong and protects everyone, but it backfires. Because being big and strong and fighting everything and killing everything doesn't necessarily mean being strong.
No. You could be strong in different ways, so.
Yeah, you don't have to kill to be strong either.
But he probably feels he failed in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Like with the leader and the cubs and everyone disappearing with Rayak and everything.
Seeing how like Cutter broke down and kind of lost himself for 500 years.
And he couldn't protect him and help him.
Yeah, he couldn't do anything for them.
No.
And how Dushine's cub got taken. I couldn't do anything to protect Winkin when that happened. And I think he feels his shortcomings weighing very heavily on him. And
he absolutely does.
And that is kind of what that dreams means.
Yeah. But this awakens Zhantee's dream because the way reminds him of his dream.
Yeah.
And he wants to tell, but Cutter doesn't want anyone to tell any more dreams. This is bullshit.
Cutter is done with dreams. And as he's ranting about how he's done with dreams and he don't want anyone else to tell, this is just a game, let's do something else. Timane and Skyvoice comes in because Timane brought him there. So the three of them goes off because Timane's like, come on, with me. We're going for a walk.
Mm-hmm.
Cutter is quite mad though.
Because he knows they're gonna talk dreams behind his back.
Yeah.
But also Zhantee is like, I don't want to talk dreams behind his back. Like, I don't want to upset him. Mm-hmm. And Lita is like, my beloved's temper is as it always was. Only more so.
Yeah.
So it's like, don't care about his temper. That's just Cutter.
Like,
do whatever you feel like.
He has a temper. He has always had a temper. His temper is bigger though, but
yeah.
Yeah.
He got some stuff from his father, so yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think that these 500 years helped his temper. He's very protective of those he cares about now.
No.
More than he was before.
Nope.
So, yeah, his temper has gotten worse, but these, like, telling these dreams isn't gonna set his temper off.
Oh, absolutely not.
Because they're not there to hurt anyone. He just don't want a part in it.
But also, he's like, I don't want anyone to, like, forget what the way is and everything. And he just feels he needs to protect everyone from everything. And as
we've seen in one of the last issues, we saw Cutter waking up, shaking from a dream, and later's like he has these nightmares every night.
Yeah.
Maybe he has a dream he don't want to tell them about, and he's just scared that someone's gonna come and be like, "Hey, Cutter, it's your turn."
True.
And he's not up for it.
He is not. He's never up for stuff like that, though. So.
But Lita, Zhantee, Venka, and Pike goes over to the big waist deep, where the palace is still underwater, to talk about his dream.
Yeah, because his dream is actually connected with water, even though he's starting his dream in the Sun Village, which is in the desert.
Mm-hmm.
Where you're like, why is there flooding or like a huge wave in the desert? But
yeah.
Dreams don't always make sense though. And it's like little weird. I don't know what to think of this transition, because he's like first seeing the village from the top, then he flies down in a way and sees from like
Yeah, he's like a bird's view, and then like a
like a
fish's
frog.
view.
Yeah. And suddenly he's like, I have to touch the sky, but then there is like a huge wave coming.
Yeah, but he's like, everyone around me is telling me like to be careful. Don't go to the Bridge of Destiny. Don't go there. But he must risk it. He has to go there. He feels a need, a drawing towards the Bridge of Destiny.
But I still don't get, like, when he goes there, why the wave, like, it just feels like it suddenly switches to just a wave. But also that's like dreams can switch super fast though.
And it's very funny though that Rayek is the only one standing behind him like, yes, come to the bridge. Like Rayek is trying to tell him something.
Rayek was kind of the only one who always did the opposite from the whole Sun Village.
Yeah,
though.
and Rayek is someone that Zhantee has said before he kind of looks up to.
Yeah, because Zhantee also feels a little different in a way and is afraid to stand out. But Rayek, of course, Rayek was afraid to stand out in the beginning, but he just like went his own way.
Yeah, but as he gets up on the bridge, the sand dunes disappears and becomes like this tsunami flood wave, and it draws him and everyone underwater.
Yeah, and he goes swimming.
But they're not in. No one is in pain. No one is drowning. No one is sad. It's not like distress in this water.
But one thing. Why is he swimming naked when he's dreaming? Like he don't. And also, he has this shield around him because that's his power.
Yeah, but
he can breathe.
But he's not using that in this dream.
Yeah, it's like, you see, there's like this sparkle magic around him.
Yeah, right.
So I was like, why is he swimming naked in his bubble?
Why is he swimming naked in the first place? I don't know why he's naked, but
I was just like, that just feels a little weird.
More natural?
Yeah, but there is no point for it. And Leda is the sun at the end because he's swimming toward the sun, and then it turns out it's Leda, and Leda reach out her hand and help him out of the water and like towards the palace. But Leda wasn't the one who guided them to the palace either, so that doesn't really make sense to me.
No, but at the same time, Leda has kind of been someone he has been looking up to as well as Rayek. And she is this bright healer that helps everyone and cares for everyone. So I can kind of understand that he will see her as like this bright light being.
Yeah.
It's kind of like he's seeing Leda's soul. Not like her physical body, but like the lightness of her being.
Leda is kind of a popular person though, because everyone dreams about her.
Yeah. She appears in a lot of dreams.
She does. When he gets to the palace, though, it's kind of like he doesn't describe what feeling he had, but there's
he also said that when he went to the palace, he like went towards Leda and then went through Leda.
Yeah. And then, but there's only doors within doors within doors within doors.
So he was
it's
never
like
really able to enter the palace.
No, it's just like basically going around circles, which gives me a really like negative feeling. It's like you would just get frustrated, mad. I don't know how to describe it. It's just like it's not a good feeling. Just going like keep going. It's like, oh, just the next one, and it's just another door, and then just another door, and you never like get there. It just feels so weird. They don't describe the feeling he gets, if it's positive or negative or what, but
at the same time, like looking at his dream compared to all of the Wolfriders dreams, like he is a sun villager. His dream is a lot lighter. The others are the other dreams have been very much dark dreams.
That's so true. They have been like affected of their life history.
Yeah, and they have been kind of scared in their dreams.
Yeah.
And they have felt like kind of pain, if it is physical or emotional. Whilst Zhantee's dream is just like this happy flying, feeling around kind of feeling.
True.
But as he is done with telling the story about his dream, Cutter and Skyvoice walks out of the forest because they have been listening in on his dream.
Yeah, they've been sitting in the bushes listening to everything the whole time.
Yeah.
Which is like, oh, it wasn't that bad talking about dreams anyway. I want to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, and I think that Timmain kind of brought them there in like, you need to be here and hear this, Cutter, even though there's something that you don't want to talk about. You need to hear their stories.
It's like this says a lot about your tribe. You need to listen to your tribe and learn more about your tribe.
Yeah.
And also help them, because it kind of describes their pain in a way.
Yeah. And I love that Venka says that surely Timmain sensed the power that slept within you. Like, he discovered his power of shielding during the 500 years. He didn't know he had that magic before they went into the palace and slept and everything.
He kind of knew about his power before they slept, because he have used his shield a little bit with hunting and stuff. He have shielded Cutter and Skyvoice before.
That was during the 500 years.
That was before the palace disappeared.
Yeah, but it was after going into the palace.
Yeah.
The palace kind of boosted up his powers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think also the dream kind of taught him how he could use his powers, because he never thought about the shield as a way to go underwater.
Yeah. The power to shield others from harm. She knew despite your shyness, you'd be able to keep up with the Wolfriders, and that, come what may, you'd always put their needs before your own. That's quite, like, striking, that, like, he would give up everything for, like, the Wolfriders and for Cutter.
Yeah. But he grown a lot since he left, so I think it was a good choice to, like, go with them, even though it was Timmain who chose them. But he could have still said no.
Yeah. And he also says that, like, oh, but the Wolfriders make Wolfriders make things happen, things that make me stretch, like making him grow and become a better, stronger person. Though our chief's growl still unease me, I guess I like facing all the tests. And then Cutter, like, comes out of the woods, like, they don't know that he's there yet.
No.
And he says that, what more than that does it take to be a true Wolfrider?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's really beautiful. He
is.
Tells him that you are truly one of us.
You have learned so much, though. And also, he didn't really have to sleep.
No.
Because he's immortal.
He's immortal. He slept to get to be with those he loves and those he cares about.
Same with Venka. She didn't have to sleep. Aurora didn't have to sleep.
No.
But they all slept.
Yeah, they did that of their own choice.
And to support the Wolfriders.
Yeah. And Cutter says that you saved the sun that lights up both our lives. And that's, like, true. Like, he saved Lita.
Yeah. He did.
Yeah.
In so many ways, though.
Maybe that dream that he had was there to kind of prepare him and help him towards being able to save and shield Lita in that instance when the palace crashed.
I don't know. It's hard to figure out all these dreams, though.
Yeah. But like, it could
at
have
least
been...
the dreams helped him enhance his power and figure out what he could actually do with all his power.
Yeah. And for, like, Sun Villager who has never really seen much water before, like jumping into the sea and saving someone else from drowning, that's quite huge of him.
It is very huge, though.
So this dream might very well have been something on the way to prepare him towards not being scared of the water and just dive in there and do what needs to be done, because the water isn't a scary place. It is
True.
a safe and joyful place.
And from now, he's basically becoming like the Wolfriders elevator down to the palace.
Yeah.
Because he's taking people down there with his bubble.
Yeah. As we see next, Venka and Zhantee is going down to visit Rayek.
Yeah, because Venka wants to ask Rayek about everything too.
Yeah.
And maybe get some clarity for her own dream. I don't know.
Maybe. She also wants to ask, like, Rayek, does this Girls of Color record dreams? Can we just see into this Girls of Color and see everyone's dreams instead of having to go through this whole ordeal about asking everyone about it, and not everyone will naturally want to tell what they were dreaming about.
Yeah, or maybe hiding parts or white holding parts.
Yeah.
You know. Never know that.
But Rayek isn't able to.
Because he's depressed.
He is severely depressed and feels helpless and don't have any magic yet.
No.
And he...
But Rayek isn't the only one who could read the scrolls, is he?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's the only one that can control
No,
the
Timmain
powers.
could do it.
Yeah, but Timmain isn't doing it. Because she's a wolf.
Have they asked her, though?
No.
No. She could do it. Problem solved. Or I know someone else who could just help them with this problem, but...
Who?
Aurori.
Oh, yeah. That would kind of be cruel, though, if people don't want to talk about it. We'll talk about it later.
But that's also cruel to just like, oh, the scrolls of color record everything, even your dreams, so I'm just gonna go and read your dream.
Yeah, but it's kind of more like putting Aurori out there and like telling her secret.
True.
But Rayek asks Venka, how did you do it? How did Cutter convince all of you to sleep a great portion of your lives away for his sake?
Not question, just a point.
Mm-hmm.
You sleeping away your life, that's forever. Like, you're immortal. You're gonna live forever.
Yeah, but most of those people that slept, they didn't sleep anything away because they're not immortal. So
no,
the Wolfriders...
it just pauses everything, basically, too, when you go into the cocoons. But
if the Wolfriders hadn't slept, they would have lived out their lives and died. Now instead they got to, like, shift where their lives will play out. Instead of playing out 10,000 years ago, it's playing out 10,000 years in the future, kind of.
Yeah, but it was just more like, you're gonna live forever, and you wasted 10,000 years of your forever.
Yeah, and at the same time, like, why would you want to live those 10,000 years of forever when everyone else was sleeping? She didn't, like, all of her friends and family that she grew up with, like, she grew up with the Wolfriders. They're her family.
Yeah,
and all of them were going to sleep. Who was she gonna be with? Go look for her mom?
It would be...
that she doesn't really know?
It would be Venka, Zhantee, Shen.
And Aurori.
Yeah, so there will be 4 of them.
Yeah.
Not sleeping. And everyone else in their tribe is basically sleeping.
Yeah, so what they could do then is to go out and travel and try to look for Kavi. Because that's the only family that Venka has.
Then they have to cross the ocean, though. Yeah. And that's dangerous.
That's
only
very
being
dangerous.
The 4 of them.
Or they can try to get to Sun Village, but that also includes crossing the ocean.
Yeah.
Which is... it's not happening. So they don't really have a good choice of...
And it's more like the whole family is doing it, so I'm gonna do it because I'm gonna be bored.
Yeah.
In a way, I think.
Yeah. Like, I think it was a very natural choice for them when everyone else were doing it. I don't think they thought about it, like, twice. She also answers that he didn't. We offered. We love him, you see.
Mm-hmm.
There is no difference between the now of the wolf thought and immortality. In either state, the sense of passing time is absent, except for Cutter. That is strong.
It is.
Like, Venka doesn't feel the passing of time because she's immortal. She has all the time in the world. Wolfriders doesn't feel it because of they live in the now of the wolf. But Cutter feels... like he says that he alone felt each day's loss. As he waited to find his family again, finally, he could no longer bear it.
But he was counting days, though.
He was counting every single day and knowing that every day I count is a day less I will have with those I love.
Yeah.
If I ever see them again.
If I ever see them again. Like, he didn't know.
Yeah, he said that all he ever asked was that we follow him freely. And they had the trolls and Timain and the preservers looking over them. So they were safe.
They were super safe.
Yeah. Cutter would never have asked any of them to follow him into that state.
Yeah, and we know the preservers are better than, or like stronger and smarter than the trolls. So the trolls wouldn't harm them either, so.
No, and they had no reason to harm them either.
No.
Like, why would they harm those elves? They didn't do them any harm. They were kind of friends with them at this time.
They were taking up
one room.
Yeah, but that's still one room in
a troll kingdom.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they were totally
you never
fine
know
with having
about
them
trolls.
there. Yeah, but like I'm sure they made a quite good deal with them for them to keep them there.
True. But with Venka's dream, she actually dreams about something that happened in the past.
Yeah.
She sees the hut crumbling down on top of her.
Yeah, she says that she is a baby and she sees it crumble and nobody comes to help her no matter how much she screams.
I don't think she in her grown-up head, she don't know that this is real. She just think this is a dream.
I don't think she realizes that this actually happened to me.
Mm-hmm. So when Rhea is like, "Oh, I didn't know that you were alive. I didn't know you were inside there." She just like realized, "Oh, this actually happened."
Yeah, your own mother told me so. Kavi told him that Venka was dead.
Yeah, that she was stillborn.
And that's why he went on a rampage and murdered everyone. But that's a different matter.
She realized, so it was you who attacked the lodge with me in it. It's like, but I didn't know you were in it.
Yeah, and he also screams at her like, by the day star, is there no end to my errors? Like, he would never have done it if he knew she was in there.
Yeah.
And she also tells him that it's okay. She don't think that she'll ever have that bad dream again, so don't worry about it. But she had another dream though.
She did.
Mm-hmm.
And she kind of became like a warrior princess. I don't know what you call her. Like,
yeah,
she get the sword and the shield from her mother, but she still has like this beautiful dress.
Yeah, it's like a sun villager dress.
Yeah,
and she feels the warmth and love from Sava.
Yeah, it's like when she touched her, she got like her wisdom. She felt really calm, and she just felt the power from.
Yeah, and it's warm and it's fire around her, but she isn't burning. It's just warm, and then she hears her mother's voice calling. A frosty wind chills my spine. How heroic she is, how determined, how I am drawn to her. She has learned how to get what she wants from me. And like as Kavi walks closer to her, like the ground underneath her turns into ice.
Yeah, and she can hear the other go-backs like chanting or singing in the background.
Yeah, they seem eager, anticipating her next move.
Which is like, could almost symbolize that she is the next like leader or chief. What do they go backs call her? Do they call them chief too?
Yeah,
chief. Okay. So she's like the next chief of the go backs.
Yeah.
Which they need. They don't really have a real chief by the moment. So
yeah, and she has this ice sword and this burning shield, and she's this perfect mix behind the frozen mountains and the burning hot sun village.
She's a good symbol of like mix and power and calm and everything.
Yeah, both of her parents are quite impulsive And even though she's a mix of both of these really impulsive people, she's so calm and collected and like thinks everything through before she does things. And I think that has a lot to do with her upbringing with Wolfriders and like thinking through what you do and where things are and how to act and everything.
I think so too.
So I think that she has had a really, really good upbringing to like fit, and it's a perfect match for her personality.
It is. And even Rayak points that out. He's like, of course you raise above them. Any fool can see that you're... And she stops him like, don't father. Yeah. But that's like... He even admits, you're better than me, you're better than your mother, you're better than the go-backs and everyone else, because you are a mix of so many different... I don't want to say races, but like different... People. Yeah. Because she has all three. She has the Sun Village, she has go-backs, but she's raised by Wolfriders, so she has all three. Yeah. And a good mix of all three. Yeah.
She also says, like, thus armed, I rise above the cheering go-backs, who reveal Wolfriders too among their ranks.
But is that just in her dreams, or did actually some Wolfriders stay behind and become go-backs?
No Wolfriders stayed behind.
No.
But it's not just in her dream.
But the Wolfriders were dancing, though.
Yeah, but that's not what I mean.
It's someone else's dream. Is it?
We'll get more to this later in this issue. And we'll talk more about that later when we get to that part.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil it.
But yeah, now we're back with the Wolfriders, and they're like ready to go to bed.
Yeah, but Venka has been sending all of her dreams to the rest of the Wolfriders.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah, so they all got to like see and hear and experience her dream, even though she's not there.
Yeah, which is a good thing with the sending. Like, she didn't have to tell the dream twice.
And it's like Nightfall says that we've raised her, one of us, but she's never been quite like us. And yet, she's more a Wolfrider than she thinks.
When they're ready to go to bed, Cutter is like, oh, you two can come with us to Redlands. And
what did you think about this, Bubble?
When
Nightfall thinks to herself afterwards.
And only you, for I've told no one else how Kavi interrupted my long slumber. Not yet. I thought Kavi was the one who woke her up. That was my first thought. But Kavi was...
Yeah, she did wake her up, but not when the others woke up.
Yeah, but like I thought Kavi was the one who came and kind of woke everyone up, you know?
No, the trolls did that.
So I don't know really what you think.
Kavi was down there and woke Nightfall up before the 10,000 years had gone. Before the palace reappeared.
Yeah.
And she either did or told her something. But that is in the Kavi issues. And we will read those later.
So we will see what Kavi did. So now Cutter is inviting Redlands and Nightfall to come sleep with Lita and Cutter.
Yeah.
Because you're family too.
Yeah. So, and mine. Please come with us.
Are we having a groupie or what's the deal with this?
Totally. You can see all of them like going into bed.
They are naked and they sleep under the same fur. They have a huge fur blanket, which all of them sleeps under. So Cutter and Lita is in one end, and Nightfall and Redlances is in the other end.
Yeah, they're totally had a foursome.
Yeah, they had.
Yeah.
And Cutter was excited for it. Like, just look at how he jumps into the the sleeping quarters.
Do you have any thoughts about their conversation in bed?
Yeah, they talk here too. Like, so the go-backs carry a drop of wolf blood from 2 spares time. A drop so thin no one of us could scent it. So first I thought that they danced a lot before they went to the troll fight. Yeah. So one of the Wolfrider could have given Wolfrider blood to one of the go-backs.
Well, we already know that happened with Yoon.
Yeah. But also, we know that all elves kind of come from the same descendants.
Mm-hmm.
And the sun villager fled from whatever, like the human fights to the... Or everyone was in the mountains first, I guess, and they got down from the mountain, and maybe then they split up.
Yeah, they kind of got spread.
Yeah. But in the early days of the Wolfriders, I will assume they wasn't the Wolfriders we know today. You know, it takes some time to develop.
They were.
From day one. From Timor and Yellow Eyes, they were like, this is Wolfriders. Like,
yeah, they became Wolfriders because of Timor and Yellow Eyes.
yeah, but he was the only one, so he was still living with normal
and he had
elves.
a lot of children.
Yeah, so then I'm like,
but
I feel in a way they wasn't.
Two-Spear is quite down quite far down Two-Mane's list of children or offsprings.
Yeah, but still, like,
do you know who
easy
Two-Spear is?
No, is one of them.
Two-Spear had a sister. Her name is Skyfire, and they fought over who would become the chief of the Wolfriders. Skyfire won, and she ended up being the new chief. And Two-Spear ran away.
Oh, so he went to the Go-Bags and gave Wolfrider blood to the Go-Bags.
Yeah. So do you remember when we talked about how I didn't like Kavi and Cutter in the same bed?
They are in family. They're like, what do you call them? Like
distant cousins or something.
Yeah, like sixth cousins, maybe something.
Yeah, they were.
Oh
related.
No, no. Okay, well, if you think that way, almost all the Wolfriders are related too. So maybe it's not that bad if you think about it. Everyone is Wolfrider.
Yeah, but Kavi is like a direct descendant of Two-Spear, and Cutter is a direct descendant of Two-Spear's sister.
Everyone is direct descendant of Timor and Yellow Eyes, though, because
that family tree like spreads out and gets wider.
Yeah,
but this is kind of they're closer related than the others are, and that is also why the Go-Bags are mortal and not immortal.
I looked at them as immortal, though. But
they're not. They're mortal. Very much mortal.
They are also, like,
reckless with their lives?
Yeah. So none of them have lived that long because they've always been at war.
But that's kind of like how the Wolfriders are as well. They know that they have shorter lives. So they fight with every tooth and nail they have. They don't go looking for every fight. But when they are in a fight, they will fight.
Yeah, but I looked at that different because Wolfriders try to stay away from the danger, but
and
the Go-Bags run into the danger,
and the Go-Bags
head first.
find it as the most honorable death to die in battle.
Exactly.
The Wolfriders don't.
No. So there's two different ways looking at it.
But they are indeed mortals.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a good thing that Kavi slept.
Did Kavi sleep? Oh no, you mean Venka.
Oh no, yeah, I mean Kavi.
Yeah, Kavi slept with Tildak in the cocoon
because
thing.
She's not immortal.
True. I didn't know that though, but I know
when we listed up the people that were immortal in the Wolfriders, you didn't list up the Go-Bags either.
No,
because they're not immortal.
They're not. I didn't think about Scott and the other one when I listed them.
Okay, so for the next episode, we're going to talk about Dreamtime number 5 through 8.
So until next time, go recognize the troll.